Hi there, friends. Today I want to talk to you about Joyride Sidecar, a technique to make Joyride reach part of VS Code that the Joyride script alone can't reach. So if you wonder what Joyride is, then I could recommend you to watch the video about Joyride. But for now, suffice it to say that it is a way to modify VS Code in user space. That is, modify the editor while you are using it. So say you're using it for some work and you want VS Code to behave in some way that it doesn't behave. And you don't want to interrupt your work, just want to evaluate some code and have VS Code behave in a new way. That is Joyride. It's very fun. But it can't reach, Joyride script, as I said, can't reach into part of VS Code which needs an extension manifest to implement. So say an extension or an Explorer view. An Explorer view is a good example because that is what I'm going to demo here. And an Explorer view you can't contribute with a Joyride script alone. It needs to be contributed by an extension manifest, and as it happens, it can be declared by any extension installed in your VS Code. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to declare an extension manifest contributing an Explorer view, and then we're going to implement it. Or actually what we've done here is that we have prepared an example and a starting point that you can use to do this, and I'm going to demo that example. So you can find this example on the at the Joyride repository on GitHub, and you will find this README there that says about the things that I say here now, and that also then has the example itself and your starting point for doing this with your own scripts. And if you have a look at the repository, you will find in it the extension manifest that we in the package JSON. So you see it here, and it has an ID or a name and some other things, and then it has the contribution points, and here we have the view, the Explorer view that we want to implement. So that goes then together with a Joyride script that we call here sidecar hello. And this script has the boilerplate for managing the extension, installing it, or packaging it, installing it, and uninstalling it. So this happens when the script is activated. And then you can see here we actually push the disposables and do that stuff here. And we also have a deactivate function here that uninstalls the extension and disposes of the resources. Yeah, and here I run it as a workspace script because it's in the example workspace of the Joyride repository. But I suggest you move it from there and into your user scripts. Most of this stuff is best to have in your user scripts, at least to start with. But I will run it as a workspace script. And then when I run it, what will happen is that the sidecar extension will be packaged as a VSIX extension package, and that package will be installed in VS Code, and then we will register some usages of the things that we have declared in the extension manifest. Here you can see that we only have the Joyride extension installed, no sidecar thing. And then what we do is that we run the script. Now search for here, run work, joy work, and then we find it there. And now we run it, and then you see that the Joyride Sidecar extension is installed there, and that we have a new view here with a menu item, or with a view item that you can click, and that does this hello world thing. So that is actually all that this script does from a user point of view, or from a feature point of view. So it's hello world, but the thing here is the scaffolding or the boilerplate that manages the extension. So you can just put your stuff in here. So we can try to hack it a bit. So we have this menu or this tree view item here that you can click to get this message. But what if we want a command as well? So we want a hello command, sidecar hello command. And that's not installed here because we don't have that in the extension manifest. So let's add that to the extension manifest. And here we go into the contributions and we add the command here. So I will let Copilot suggest something for us here and that we change. So we want it to be called hello world, and this is not the command ID. We have the command ID in here. So we used the same command as we used before. We could have made a new command, but now we're just reusing the same command as the item here. And now when we have it there, we should be able to run the script again, and the view will disappear and it will be installed again, and it still works. And now do we have the command hello? No, we don't. Sadly, this kind of change in an extension manifest needs a reload to work. So we will reload the VS Code window, and now when we run the script again, it will install Joyride Sidecar, and now we will have the command. But does it work? That's the next thing. Apparently not. Something is still missing here. So what could that be? So there's the right command ID where we're registering it towards, but no, we are actually calling it when it's run from command palette, it's called without arguments. But the item actually provides arguments, so we apply show information messages to the arguments. So we need to check if we actually have arguments in this case, and then provide default arguments instead. We could, as I said, register a separate command for this, but we can do it like this as well. So we don't have, if we have args, we will use them. If we don't have it, we will provide an array with an argument. And now this is a dynamic change. We haven't updated the extension manifest. So now it's enough. Even if it says reload required there, it's enough for us to just rerun the script, and then now when we use this command, it will work like that. So that's awesome. But it is a bit clunky to run the script again like this. So actually what we can do, of course, is that we can start a Joyride REPL instead, and then like civilized people, we can evaluate code piece by piece in the REPL to modify. So here what we need to do is we need to run this part of the code, but before we do that, we need to actually clear the disposables because the command is already registered. So now if we re-register the things and then run here, you see we have our modified code there, and this one still prints that, and we can re-evaluate this thing, and then this should work, but actually it doesn't. I don't quite understand why I need to do that. See here, we tried to evaluate that, but it was already registered. We actually need to clear the disposable first and then reevaluate that. And now, when we click here, we will have the exclamation marks on it. So this is how you can develop and modify your scripts with the REPL instead of rerunning the scripts all the time. Depends on your workflow. Sometimes that works as well, of course. Yeah, that's what I wanted to demo for you. This Joyride Sidecar way to do stuff, and you can use this README as that summarizes this. You can find the longer story in this article here, which I will link to in the description. Thanks for watching and listening. I hope you will use this and have fun with it.